if you follow me over on Instagram, which you should because I post there, I think at least every day. I really like Instagram. So make sure you follow me over there. But if you are following me, then you probably know that my husband has been away for a month, which is a very long time to be a solo parent. We don't have any family that lives near us, and I've basically just been on my own. And so I thought it would be a good opportunity for me to just share with you some tips that may help you if you're in a situation where your husband travels for work, or even if you're, even if your husband or your spouse or whoever, your partner, whoever it may be, works long hours. I would say, these are just a few tips that have helped me to kind of manage this. Because, even if you have someone who doesn't necessarily, leave and go away, if they're working long hours or 24-hour shifts or things like that, a lot of these tips will be really helpful as well. Okay, tip number 1, be flexible. Definitely be flexible, because if you are an introvert like I am, I guarantee that you will become unexpectedly exhausted. And you may think like, well, I have no reason to be tired. Why am I so tired? But it's just that overstimulation of always being on. You always have to be on. And for us, we are a homeschooling family. So for the most part, my kids are here with me all the time. They do attend a hybrid school 2 days a week, but my middle child does not. So there's always somebody here with me. So when I don't have someone at the end of the day to turn to kind of just talk through things and all of that, I kind of feel like those things can build up a little bit. So I would recommend giving yourself grace and being flexible. If you need a break, you need to take a break, and that's okay. You don't have to be super amazing, perfect parent all the time. You can take a break. You can put a movie on for your kids and be okay with it. I'll be honest with you. The first week we spent a lot of time together. We had a lot of fun play dates. We went to the park, did all kinds of things, and I was really tired. But on Friday night, I sat down with them. We made pizzas, which is just what we always do on Fridays, and we watched a movie together, which was really fun. But then the next Friday rolled around and I realized, you know what? It is completely okay for me to just let them watch the movie by themselves. So I set them up with a movie and popcorn, and I went up to my bedroom and I watched something all on my own. I talked on the phone to a friend and just had a little bit of much needed quiet time. So I would say don't feel like you always need to be super mom or super dad. Be flexible. Allow your kids a lot of independence because it's good for them. It helps them to be, mature and responsible, and give yourself alone time. So tip number 2 is alone time. Everybody needs alone time. You need alone time and your kids need alone time. Even if they're super social extroverts, it is still very good for them to get alone time. So I would just recommend setting aside time, especially if you're a homeschooling mom like I am. Set aside time every day for people to maybe just do some quiet reading, play in their room quietly, play with Legos, maybe do a craft, something where they can kind of entertain themselves for a little bit quietly. And then you take some time for yourself, because I definitely need my alone time to recharge. If I don't get my alone time, I really feel like I'm going crazy. Like, I'm not kidding you. So it is very good for me to get that alone time. And I think it's also good for them to have that independent kind of quiet time just to recharge themselves as well. Tip number 3 is to be social. So if you're an introvert like me, you may find that you turn into a hermit when your husband or your wife goes away. That is how I always feel. I always just want to stay home and not do anything and just keep it really calm. But you know what? When you have someone gone for a month, that's not a good idea. You can't just keep your kids in the house for a month. That would be crazy. So I purposely plan play dates. I purposely have people over. We had a birthday party this month. We just keep things semi-busy, but we don't go overboard. So it's definitely good to be social, but definitely, rein it in. Don't go too crazy, but make sure that you have play dates set up for all of your children and also for you, because it's fun to hang out with the mom or whomever while they're playing. So I would highly recommend that as well. Tip number 4 is about meals. Keep meal planning simple. Keep it really simple. Have a lot of things on hand that are kind of easy, healthy, go-to foods for your kids that they can grab if they need a snack. We have tons of fruit in our house. All the time. What do we have right now? We have grapes and blueberries and raspberries and strawberries and kiwis, peaches and plums, apples, bananas, oranges, maybe pears. We have a lot of fruit. And I find that is really easy to keep on hand. It can go with breakfast. It can be a snack. It can go with lunch. And then it can also go with dinner. I used to always feel like I had to only have a vegetable with dinner, but I've recently started just including fruit with dinner as well. I don't know why I never did that before. But yeah, so we'll just have fruit and some vegetables and an easy dinner. And I like to make things like a double batch. So I made these gluten-free because my middle son can't have any wheat or milk or sugar. And so I made these gluten-free, dairy-free chicken nuggets or chicken fingers, tenders. And I made a double batch, and I was able to, have those one day and then have the second batch the other day. So that's really helpful too, to kind of make a double portion, and that will require less of your time, because if you're a mom, that dinner hour tends to be really difficult. The kids just, for whatever reason, like, they need your attention. For me, my kids are always out playing in our backyard, which is muddy, and I have a creek, and they get wet and dirty, and inevitably someone gets hurt or they get in a fight, and it's just during that time when I'm trying to cook dinner. So it makes it a lot easier if I have a meal ready to go. I like to just sit outside and watch them play, or I'll be on my phone chatting with a friend or reading a book, and I get a little bit of downtime because I know dinner is ready to go. And my last tip is about bedtime. Make sure you put your kids to bed on time. I find that sometimes I just get a little bit more lax when my husband's not here, and I'm like, oh, I'll just put them to bed in a little bit. I'll let them watch this movie. And I kind of let them get off their schedule. Don't do that. It will backfire. I promise you, your kids will be tired and cranky, and it'll just be terrible. So definitely keep them on their schedule. We like to do a movie night on Friday night, so that's kind of the one night where I let them stay up later. But otherwise, we keep the same bedtime schedule, the same bedtime routine, and that really helps them get the rest that they need. Just keeping them on a schedule is really good when, your husband or whomever is not home. It's hard for them. It's hard for kids when their routine changes, by someone not being there. And in our case, my husband is usually the one who puts the kids to bed. So even just having me put them to bed kind of changes things, although they really like it. So it's not a bad thing, but especially my youngest, he would always prefer that I put them to bed. But yeah, so I think it's really important to just keep that routine at bedtime the same, and keep wake up times the same in the morning as well. Just do your best to stay on that same routine. So yeah, those are the few tips that I have for you guys. Just be flexible, be social, take care of those meals, make sure you have some things ahead of time prepared, easy snacks in the house, and keep bedtime and wake up times about the same, to try to kind of keep that similar routine throughout the week or month, or however long it is that you are a solo parent. If you have any tips about being a solo parent and what you do to help things run more smoothly in your home, please put those in the comments down below. I would love to hear them, because my husband travels all the time, so this is just kind of normal for us, but I would love your tips, because it would be so helpful to me, and I'm sure it'd be helpful to anyone else watching this video. If you're new to my channel, please make sure that you subscribe so that you can see future videos as well. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.